Hello, students and parents. This is Jake Phillips. I'll be teaching your history class this semester, and so I'm using this video as an opportunity just to introduce myself to serve as a test to see if I can even upload videos to this website, and also to let you know a little bit of what the class structure is going to look like. As far as introducing myself, for those that don't know me, like I said, I'm Jake. I'm actually Jamie Heron's little brother. I just finished up my bachelor's in history from the University of Central Florida in December. Currently, I'm getting my law degree from the University of Florida in Gainesville, hence the lack of professionalism, I guess. Most of the videos, just to let you know, will probably come in between studying sessions, so you can get used to seeing my nieces and nephews and some other random paraphernalia around the room. Sorry that it's not in a sweet office somewhere, but it is what it is. Anyway, so that's me. This is a test, so hopefully the test worked and you're actually watching this. As for the structure of the class, basically, what I found, and when I was a junior and senior in high school, I dual enrolled at Valencia and taking AMH 2010 and 2020, American History 1 and 2, as well as I think it's EUH 2010 and 2020, which is Western Civ 1 and 2. I just found that I happened to be lucky and happened to be educated very well by my parents and being homeschooled. But what I found is a lot of the kids were less prepared for their basic history courses at college than they were for a lot of their other basic, math or basic humanities or basic writing. They were much more prepared for those than they were for the history courses, and they literally got into these history courses and had no clue what the teacher wanted, and didn't know very much about history, but also couldn't get themselves to think about history in a way that they hadn't been preconditioned to think throughout their scholastic lives. And so, in getting to some of these college courses, it was a shock. It was a culture shock to them. And so, basically, what I want to do with this class, and I know, the students are, I think, all in either ninth or 10th grade, is I want it to serve to prepare them for what they're going to get when they go to community college or to a state university, and what they'll see from their history courses there. And so I'm structuring this as almost a precursor or an introduction to those courses. And so we're going to focus on the same things. I'm going to ask the same things from them in assignments. It's going to be a lot more about historiography and significance than it is going to be about historical facts. It's going to be a lot more about the why than it is going to be about the what or the how or the when. And it's going to be a lot more about historiography than probably any other. I mean, I don't even know if other high school history courses even think or care about historiography. Historiography is just the history of history, basically, how historians throughout history have interpreted history, basically. It's the history of history, historiography. And so that's the structure. Everything's going to be written. There's going to be a midterm, which is going to be all essay form. There's going to be a final, that's going to be essay form. There's going to be 2 long form written assignments throughout the semester, which, don't be intimidated by that. It just means more than a page. And then there'll be several kind of just weekly writings that won't even, they'll be graded in the sense that you'll be either get credit or you won't. Just so that I have an idea of how they are comprehending and how they're interpreting some of the written assignments that I give. I want to make sure we all stay on the same page. And so so that's the structure of it. Basically, every Monday, you'll be able to log onto the website. There should be a lecture for that week for whatever the topic is, and then there will be a reading assignment that correlates with that same topic. And so the first week, when you log on, there'll be a lecture about Columbus and early American history, basically. Mostly focusing on Columbus and the discovery of America, and there'll be a lecture about that, and there'll also be a reading assignment that correlates with that same topic. Um, and sometimes you'll find that my perspective on whatever issue that we're talking about will be very different from the perspective that you read and thinking about that same topic. And that's the idea. I want there to be different topics. I want you guys to kind of hear and read different things and kind of come to an idea for yourself about what you believe about that topic, how you interpret the history of what happened. Um, and that's not going to be a bad thing. That's going to be a good thing. And so there'll be those two things. And then on certain weeks, there'll also be a written assignment, which will usually be due on that Friday. If it has to do with the reading of the week, if it's one of the longer essays, then I'll give you 2 weeks. So it'll be due from the time you read it on Monday. It will be due not that Friday, but the Friday after that. And then the midterm and the final, you'll be given plenty of time to prepare for that. That's the structure of it. Just for parents, when they send me in their essays, their homework, or their midterm or their final, I'm going to send it back with 2 grades on it, and I'll be sending it back to the parents, and then you guys can show your kids or do whatever you want with what they get back. But basically, it's going to have 2 grades on it. One of the grades will be their actual grade, which you can credit them for, and then the second grade will be basically the idea will be if they had written this for a college professor for an introductory course for American History 1 and 2 or Western Civ 1 and 2, this is the grade that I think that they would have gotten, or this is the grade that I would have given a college student. If that grade is very good, then hopefully your child is in 10th grade, and next year he'll be in 11th grade and can dual enroll and go get an A. If not, if there's work to do, then you'll see, and you have plenty of time to bring that grade up. But the first grade will be the one that I'm actually giving, that actually counts. The other one is just for your own. You can use it however you want. And if you don't want me to even do that, if you don't care, then just let me know, and I'll only send 1 grade. So that's the idea of it. Like I said, I'm really, really excited about this. I hope you guys have a lot of fun this semester. If you already love history, I hope you have a blast. If you don't love history, I hope you love history by the end of the semester. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I look forward to interacting with you guys as the course goes on.